ESP needs analysis, comparative review based on multi-country studies: Algeria, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Iran, and Taiwan. Today we journey across several countries to explore how English for Specific Purpose, or ESP, is shaped by real needs in academic and professional contexts. This presentation brings together insight from Algeria, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Iran, and Taiwan. Next, what is ESP needs analysis? ESP needs analysis help us understand what learner must be able to do in English, what they currently struggle with, and what they personally hope to achieve. It forms the backbone of effective ESP course design. In your ESP need analysis have identify learner necessities, lack, and wants, guides curriculum design and teaching method, ensure alignment with academic and workplace requirement. Next, rationale across studies. Across all the studies, one theme repeats: there is a clear mismatch between exciting ESP course and the demands of real workplace or academic environments. Need analysis is essential so course don't drift into general English but stay anchored in practical communication. This is a rationale across studies. ESP course often mismatch with real professional demands. Need for semantic needs analysis before course design and growing global use of English in academic and workplace setting. In Algeria, purpose and background. In Algeria, English plays a crucial role in science and research. However, students get very little ESP instruction, often only a few hours per semester. This creates a gap between what students need and what they're able to do. Algeria, key finding: doctoral students report difficulties, especially in reading scientific articles, writing research paper, and using technical vocabulary. Teachers also emphasize that ESP courses need more time and more authentic scientific material. The Algeria key finding: students struggle with reading, writing, text, vocabulary. Writing and speaking highly prioritized. Teachers call for authentic material and more class time. Next, Ethiopia textile industry needs. In Ethiopia, growing textile sector in English is used extensively in emails, reports, manuals, and communication with international suppliers. Speaking and writing emerged as the most critical skills, but many graduates struggle with professional correspondence. In Ethiopia, textile industry needs English used for reports, email, meetings, manual. Speaking and writing most critical, and graduates struggle with professional correspondence. Next, in Indonesian hotels. In Indonesia hotels, English is the heartbeat of daily service. Staff rely heavily on speaking and listening. Challenge including understanding different accents, limited vocabulary, and nervousness when interacting with guests. So Indonesian hotels, key needs speaking and listening dominate daily service tasks, and common issue is accents, confidence, limited vocabulary, and again need role plays, service scenario training. Next, Indonesian hotel front desk staff. For front desk employees, The main difficulty is speaking fluently and confidently. They also need strong listening skills to understand foreign guests. Training that focus on pronunciation and real hotel scenario in highly desired. Indonesian hotel front desk or FU for novice, so like speaking fluency and comprehension, necessities check-in or check-out, explaining facility, giving direction, and wants pronunciation and confidence training. So next, Indonesian food and beverage staff. In food and beverage staff or F&B staff frequently use English when taking order, explaining menus, and handling complaints. Listening becomes especially important because guests often speak with varied accents. Communication breakdown often happen due to limited vocabulary. Indonesia F&B staff frequent English use with guests, listening vital for understanding accents, needs simulation, order taking, menu explanation, complaint handling. Uh, Next, in Indonesia marketing students. Marketing students prefer practical business related material. They are motivated not just by academic requirement but by career ambition. Reading, speaking, and writing were identified as the most important skill. Prefer practical, business oriented topic motivated by career advancement, and reading, speaking, and writing is prioritized. In Indonesian nursing student, uh, nursing students show stronger reading skill but weaker speaking skill. They need English to understand medical instruction, communicate with patient, and write clinical reports. ESP material must reflect real hospital context. Nursing students need medical communication skill, reading stronger, speaking weakness, support for contextual hospital-based ESP tests. ESP physical education. Physical education students struggle particularly with speaking and listening. Their career goals from coaching to sport journalism require communication in English, especially for teaching, instruction, and sport reporting. Weak speaking or listening, strong reading and writing is physical education. Categories teacher, journalist, and athletes. Most relevant topic is instruction, journalism, athletic communication. Next, Iran architecture student ya. In Iran, architecture students and graduates identify reading as the most essential skill, but they also express a strong need for better writing, speaking, and listening. Many felt that the current ESP courses are outdated and disconnected from real architecture tasks. In Iran, architecture reading most needs but productive skill lacking. ESP course poorly linked with real needs, need collaboration between English and subject specialists. That's why university ESP needs in Taiwan, right? In Taiwan, students read listening as the most important skill, followed by writing. They believe ESP courses are more helpful than general English course. Interestingly, motivation increase with proficiency, meaning the more students learn, the more they want to learn. Taiwan University ESP needs listening highest priority, and the student value ESP more than general English. Motivation linked to proficiency level. Cross country insight, right? The cross-country insight. When we compare all students, several patterns stand out. Productive skills are consistently the weakness. Authentic material are essential. Collaboration between English teacher and subject specialists leads to stronger ESP program. Cross-country insight is productive skill often weakens across contexts. Authentic material needed universally, and interdisciplinary collaboration improve ESP design. Last one is recommendation. To bring the gap between learn and real-world needs, ESP course should provide more class time, incorporate authentic material, and rely on communicative, test-based activity. Needs analysis should be ongoing, not one-time process. Right? The last one is conclusion. In summary, ESP needs analysis over a compass that keeps course design aligned with learner goal and workplace realities. When done well, it empowers learners with English skills that matter, that are usable, and that truly support their professional development. Right? Thank you from me, and goodbye.